Death-defying stunts made Harry Houdini world-famous as the Handcuff King and the quintessential escape artist. What's forgotten is that Houdini wasn't the first spectacular escape artist. Houdini's act and many of his escapes were but a facsimile, borrowed from a little-known magician, Godfrey, the man of mystery. The memory of Joe Godfrey, the true first escape artist and inspiration for Houdini, is lost within the shadow of Houdini's fame. Without Godfrey, however, Houdini and his career in magic and escapes likely would have remained unknown. Houdini started off as a struggling magician in 1892. Despite his creativity and cleverness, he couldn't find success in the world of magic. He was on the verge of giving up magic for a factory job. But then, something changed. Enter Godfrey, the man of mystery, a magician who amazed audiences with his ability to escape from locks and handcuffs. Joe Godfrey performed in small shows in Pennsylvania and New York during the late 1880s and early 1890s. When a young Harry Houdini witnessed Godfrey's artistry, he was spellbound. Little is known now about this enigmatic magician. No photographs of this legend remain. Only a few newspaper advertisements and articles from his shows. The Tribune, March 6, 1893, stated, "He allows himself to be chained to the floor, handcuffed and tied with ropes, and then releases himself inside of a few seconds." Newspapers proclaimed, "Godfrey, the man of mystery, laughs at prison irons and shackles, and ropes cannot hold him," a claim that Houdini would one day use as his own as he became famous throughout the world. Godfrey's most impressive feat was his cabinet act, where he would chain himself up and then escape within seconds. It was nothing short of astonishing. He'd lock himself in a box using 4 padlocks, secure a steel collar around his neck, chain himself to various parts of the box, and have his hands tied tightly. Then, as the curtain dropped, the audience held their breath. But in a blink, he'd free himself from the collar, vanish as the curtain fell again, only to reappear inside the supposedly locked box. It was a spectacle that left newspapers buzzing. Legend has it that when Godfrey retired from magic due to losing his voice in 1893, he sold his trunk and act to Houdini and his brother Houdini. With just a few dollars saved by Houdini, they acquired the trunk, which would become pivotal in Houdini's journey to stardom. Houdini transformed Godfrey's trunk into his own signature act, naming it Metamorphosis. The show started with simple tricks, like pulling a handkerchief out of a candle and showcasing some card tricks. But the real magic happened when they ramped up the pace. 3 seconds, Harry would announce to the crowd. "That's all it takes. In 3 seconds, you will see a miracle." Volunteers from the audience would tightly bind Houdini using ropes, then later handcuffs and chains. They'd stuff him into a sack, pull the drawstring tight, and place him inside the Metamorphosis trunk, which was then locked. The curtain would drop, applause would follow, and on the 3rd clap, Houdini would emerge, miraculously free from his restraints. The trunk would be swiftly unlocked, revealing Houdini's partner tied up inside. This amazing act that catapulted Houdini's career, however, would not have been possible but for Godfrey's inspiration, and even, perhaps, the use of the same trunk. Houdini's career would take a meteoric rise from Godfrey's shoulders. He would go on to amaze the world with prison escapes, bridge jump escapes, and straitjacket escapes while dangling upside down several stories above the ground. Each attempt pushed the limits of danger and endurance. Houdini's name is now synonymous with daring escapes and mesmerizing performances. But his path to fame took a pivotal turn when he encountered Godfrey, the man of mystery, the true pioneer of escape artistry.